Uh-oh. See how this holds up. Signal might be a little spotty, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, we got one person in here. What are you doing? Get out of there. You want to get in your car? You want to get in? There you go. You want to get in the car? Go. Get in the car. Go. Go get in. What's going on, everybody? Still trying to get a little bit set up here. Bear with me. My internet is crawling. I got to close some stuff down or else it's just not going to work. Man, is it going slow. Get out of there. There we go. Hey, what's going up, Chuck? Oh my God, dude, get out of my toolbox. Get out. Brutus, no. Come here. Dog's going through my toolbox, man. Not the Sublime toolbox, my actual toolbox. The dude likes to chew hammers. Hey, what's going on, Destroyer? God, why is this being a pain? All right, I'm going to try and share it through here then, because I'm trying to figure out how to do this. My laptop's not cooperating right now. Let's see. Dude, you're going to knock my dog's trying to sabotage me. Let's see. Face. All right, the link's posted. I'm trying to, bear with me, guys. I am trying to get this thing situated. My Wi-Fi is total garbage right now. I don't know what's going on. Bear with me, please. I'm running on my data right now on my phone. That's why it's all right there. What's up, Tim? For Blue? Yeah, man. For Blue, when you get in, just let me know, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, Destroyer. Hey, man, I'm sorry to hear about your family, dude. Thoughts and prayers to you guys, and it's never easy. I understand. All right, here we go. Tim, you get that lawnmower running, man? Did this thing just load? There it is. So what's everybody up to? BBL. What's BBL? BBL. I don't know what BBL stands for. Chuck, I tell you what, man, I really wish I was at the MG International thing up in Atlantic City right now. Everybody looks like they're having a pretty good time. It would have been nice to trailer my car up there. And if like the restrictions for the Navy had eased up a little faster, I probably would have done it. Hey, no worries. Be back later. Oh, you're explaining. Got it. Hey, no worries, Chuck. No worries, man. Yeah, so I got my MGB back on the road, and then, dude, I tell you what, man, I hate worse than anything doing work more than once. Hate it. It is like my biggest pet peeve to redo something, and you'll see in the next video. I'm not gonna have all of them, but I ended up taking off the dual carbs on this MGB freaking 6 times to get it right. And the moral of the story, and the link's posted if anybody wants to come in. should be pinned. I don't know if it's pinned. Let's see. Yeah, it's pinned. The moral of the story is do not, it's not always best to take the cheap way out. It's not always best to take the, so what I ended up doing was I had a cracked float, and it was like horribly cracked, like a gigantic gaping hole in the float. Took both carbs apart. I'm like, oh, that's my problem right there. That's why it's flooding. So I just replaced that one. Put it back on, continuing the flood. And I was like, well, this kind of sucks. So I figured maybe the needles are, I didn't set the float height right. So go set the float height, the spec, runs amazing. And I'm like, oh, it's great. But then it floods immediately after. And so I was like, well, that's a problem. So maybe I should have replaced both floats, should have replaced the needles. So I ordered both needles, ordered floats, replaced it. Put them in, and then that's where I need to turn off my own brain every now and then. I was like, well, I don't really want to risk it flooding again. So I said, I know what it says I'm supposed to set it to. I'm gonna set it just a smidge more conservative, just to make sure it doesn't flood. Make sure it gets a little extra tension on that needle. Well, that was a horrible idea because the car ran like complete crap, and so I had to take it apart again, put together again. But now running primo. Oh yeah, but last night, and there'll be a small feature in one of the other videos coming up. But like I was watching the thing idle. I was like, that thing is idling. It sounds good, but it's idling rough. Like, why is my car shaking so much? I look at this thing, man, and the mounting plates for the motor, they weren't attached to the dang motor. Like the bolts fell out. I don't know how that happened or when that happened. But there's no bolts on the driver's side of the motor holding the motor to the motor mounts. So it was just sitting there kind of teetering, rocking, leaning against this motor mount. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And then it literally took me 2.5 hours, an hour and 15 minutes per bolt to put these 2 bolts in. Like these freaking banana hands, and the freaking trying to get them in that teeny little space. If anyone's ever had to put like an MG motor mount on, awful. I hated actually replacing the motor mounts, and then the bracket, even worse. But that's my rant on that for the day. Hey, what's up, Chris? Jim, how you doing, man? Welcome. Yep, this is oh, finally, this is gonna work now. How's it going, 2Valve? Oh, we got a guest. No, we don't. I lied. We don't have a guest. That was me bringing it up on my laptop so I can thumb through the comments. 2Valve, how you doing, man? But yeah, now the old project car, which I'm using as a desk, is running great. I was gonna drive it today, but it rained. I'll probably drive it tomorrow. I'm off work for a week, so that's nice. Maybe I'll be able to meet with some people, get some cool content. Not sure, but if not, I'm just gonna enjoy my break. I haven't had a break from work in a long time. Last break I took, I went and got my new dog, and that was a chaotic time. So it'd be nice to relax. Doing good too, Valve. It's I'm off work for a week, so I'm thrilled to death. But I'm also only 15 minutes away, and if there's an emergency, they're just gonna let me know. No, I can't come down to Florida, man. God, no. I'd love to in the fall or the winter, but not right now. Did you get it? Did you get the Honda? That'd be awesome, man. I'd love to do that, but we're getting down to we're at 30 weeks for the baby, about to hit 31 coming up, so we're getting down to it, and we almost had our first son at 29 and a half, so you never know what could happen. So I need to be able to help out. So if my content slows down, I'm not gonna say it will, but if it does, there's a good chance that something's going on. So. Porch roof. 2Valve, if I leave my wife, man, she will find us. And she will, yeah, no, not a good idea. I got my own errands to work here, dude. we got a freaking I guess our friends set up a baby shower this weekend, so I've got to pressure wash my patio. I got to pressure wash the little cement slab out back. I got to clean. I've got tons of cleaning to do for this. I'm supposed to. I did all the yard work except I guess still got to edge and weed eat. She wants it to look primo, which I'm actually pretty good at making it look nice. But hey, is the link pinned? Can people see it? I just want to make sure it's actually there. Yep. I'm hoping that during this week at least, we'll see. The goal is to either buy or rent the tools I need and get this transmission, the Caliber transmission, converted to from a S550 to S197. So that's one of my goals for this week. Whether or not I've got the time to make that happen is a different story. Sean, yeah, thanks for asking, man. Yes, I did, and that video will come out either Thursday or Friday. I'm debating whether or not I want to do a Monday, Thursday upload or continue with my Monday, Friday and do my live on Tuesdays. I'm not sure how I want to do it or what's best, but that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And we have a guest. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, Sean, and it was working, man, and you missed the beginning of the stream, but the car was idling great. It's idling great, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, for sounding so good, it's running, it's rough. Like, the car was shaking, and I discovered the motor wasn't attached to the motor mount bracket anymore. So that was a nightmare and a half to fix, but it's fixed. Actually, let me make sure it's not, like... Okay, we're good. I was making sure I didn't damage the oil pan because I had to put this big piece of wood underneath it to make sure I didn't like dent it to jack the motor a little bit.
CNC, 2 valve, Jim Alvarez, Tim Windsor, what's going on, guys? Victor, what's going on? Oh, shit. Dude, I got a freaking mustard bottle holding up my phone.
Man, you've already ruined my stream with your swear word foul mouth.
What'd I say?
Already.
What'd I say?
Dropping the S word. And there's a child present. I can hear him.
Wait a second. When did I say the S word?
You just did. You just did. Oh.
Say hi.
Did I say it? I don't remember saying the S word.
You sure did.
No, I did not.
You said OS something, and then something about your phone against a mustard bottle or something like that.
Oh, well. Sorry.
He's talking to himself.
It's forced to have. At least I didn't drop the F one.
Hey, Fascato, did you see that? Did you see? I didn't get to hear it run. I was hoping the guy was gonna fire it up, but I imagine it'd be stupid loud. Did you see that freaking basically almost a pro mod Hellcat that I saw? That was nuts, man. Was that the dude? He's shooting for a 6-second quarter mile in a Hellcat Challenger.
Jesus.
Yeah, it already does like 7.5.
Come on.
Half a second at that speed that's a lot.
Yeah. He says he's got it. He says he can do it. I think he said it. Wait, I thought I recorded it because I wanted to go back and verify. I'm pretty sure he said that car weighs 2,600 pounds.
Yeah.
That just
I don't know how he did it.
right.
Yeah.
That's got to be 3,600.
No, it's in the 2000s for sure. It might be 2,900, but it's below 3,000. He's got carbon fiber. He's got like everything, light and panels, everything except for the main body.
But I could see that. Okay.
But it was.
What's up, Mascato? What's going on, man?
So Victor, welcome. Hey man, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Fascato. I've got a stock slow car behind me.
Yeah, Mascato, I'm only 100 pounds lighter than you. That ain't much.
What you doing for Father's Day, AB?
Hanging out with my boy. I haven't quite figured out what we're gonna do yet. Maybe take him go-karting
Hey man, that'd be awesome.
or to the pool, something. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love people that are cool car guys, Victor. Like it was neat. It's like that he didn't freak out when the kids got close and everything, and you let them get right up in it. So
Yep, they see it.
Two valve. How is your 98 4,000? That can't be right. There's no way. It's got to be lighter than that.
you got to have a sound system or something in there crazy.
You also
Those
gotta think
cars are like 3,500 or less.
even with all the steel and iron blocks and stuff.
Still, man, it's a small car, and it doesn't have a lot of the technology on it, man. That thing's light.
I bet you he's got an aftermarket sound to it. He's probably got like 15-inch woofers in the trunk.
Those are some heavy subwoofers.
Subwoofers are heavy.
500 pound heavy?
Yeah, aggressive sound
3970.
system. He's got
I want to see a scale. I want to see make a video on that too, Val. I want to see you take it to a truck scale.
he has no speakers. He says he has no speakers. It's just a fat pig.
What?
What are you eating on my stream?
Really? Really?
What are you eating? What are you eating? I'm just asking you what you're eating.
I thought you
I wasn't
said why.
condemning you. Stop
said
acting
why.
like. Stop looking to be offended. I'm just asking you a simple question.
No,
what
I
you're
thought you
eating.
said, why are you eating on my stream? And
No,
I'm like, coming
I said-
from the man that eats on everybody's stream.
I said you are physically in my stream, and I'm asking you what you're eating.
A nice cheeseburger. Quality cheeseburger.
Not from that place that banned
No.
you, obviously.
No. Oh, don't worry. I'll be testing the waters.
Oh, so that freaking that rig that guy brought, man, was like the dream setup. He had a big trailer and like a big truck that had a cab, obviously. Inside the trailer or on the truck, he had a golf cart. Inside the trailer, he had the Hellcat, and then in front of the Hellcat, there was a smart car.
Oh,
So you can just
See,
tool around.
Tuval said that's with him in the car. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay. That makes more sense.
What's up, Justin? How you doing, man?
So, Anthony, how do I phrase this? How up are you on parts and back-ordered parts for Ford cars?
Well, right now I've got a 350 in that was waiting on a rear main seal for a while. I've got a Focus, a manual 1 liter EcoBoost that needs a clutch. It's on back order.
Have you heard anything about the back orders for the carbon fiber composite upper radiator core supports?
Haven't dealt with any of those, so I don't know.
Okay. You're like the third or fourth person that I know across the country that works at a Ford dealership.
Well, that's coming to an end here soon. As soon as I'm done with this 350, I'm going to an aftermarket European shop.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. He wants me to be the lead guy in there, and after 90 days, he's going to give me 10% ownership.
Really?
And we're going to have a shop race car and go eventually and go amateur endurance racing.
Dude, that sounds awesome, man.
I know. It's
Big
like
leap right
it's exactly what I was looking for. It just worked out.
How long has that shop been around?
He actually had a shop up in North Carolina, Eurotech Performance. He had a nice
Street
like
Fox.
10 or 12 bays, and then he had to move down here to Daytona. He's been down here since August. So he's kind of starting over, but he's doing well for how small of a shop it is. Yeah. So yeah, it was basically exactly what I was looking forward to. I'm just tired of the dealership and warranty stuff and just having to do so much work.
Daddy, stop.
to get stuff approved. It's just not worth it.
Gotcha. What's up, Street Fox?
Oh, they want.
Yeah, Justin, I need to work in my garage, man. I got tools sitting all over the place from fixing my dang car. I haven't put away yet.
A cooler. What? Whoa.
Is
So
that,
I don't know if you guys can see this, but okay, here, let me hold this. This in the Buzz Lightyear. Can you see the
that's what I
background
thought
of
it
the
was Buzz
computer?
Lightyear. Okay.
That is super weird. You have the green screen on?
Right? Yeah, like that's my screensaver of my computer.
Yeah, you must have your green screen on.
No, well, I mean,
I bet you if you put a green sheet behind your head, that would all pop up. Or if you had a green shirt.
that's weird though. Like, and now that I look, oh, that's my screensaver on StreamYard because I was like, that's not even my computer screen. Huh. Oh well, whatever. I don't know. Work this crap.
It's a nice box, buddy.
Street Fox, man. I like that. I like that. What are those? Were those weld wheels? What were those wheels that you had on that Fox body?
Watching one of my favorite movies right now. Gone in 60 seconds.
I was gonna say something like really stupid, but I couldn't think fast enough before you talk.
Thank God. Thank God. What were you going to say? Gone with the Wind?
No. I would have thought of something like super corny.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey, yeah, no worries, Tubo.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks.
hold it.
All right, I'll hold it.
Yeah, my garage is a mess, Justin. I need to fix it. But
Jason,
there's
you
not
wanna
much.
go party?
There's only so much I can do. I got a trailer, a collapsible trailer folded up in here. I got 3 Power Wheels stacked on top of each other. I got 2 cars and a boatload of tools and Christmas lights all over the place on shelves.
Hey, look.
I can't even put my
Oh,
SUV in my
oh,
garage
wow.
because I got a brand new hot water heater sitting in there right now,
Oh.
waiting to go in.
So your GT500 is outside.
No, the SUV. Come on. Right. Yeah, no. That car's not sitting outside. Hell no. No. Justin, what's going on, man?
The orange
How
Street Fox.
is your car still waiting to get fixed because of that? I'm assuming the radiator support.
You.
You talking about mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on is the radiator core support. But from what I've been told from Ford Tech said that the national back order had been lifted and that they were starting to ship first orders out. But then I talked to Dez, which is I'm gone in 60, and from what he heard, that according to him, the back order wasn't supposed to be lifted until like the first or second week of July. But I think that might be like maybe when the second shipment is going out. So I'm hoping and praying that mine was ordered early enough that I'm in that first shipment.
5 motorcycles. Dang, Sean.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, as soon as I'm done working on this car that came in specifically for me, I'm dropping my notice and later.
Hey man, I hope it all works out, dude. That sounds like a cool opportunity.
Me too. I mean, I really wasn't looking. I knew I wanted to start looking because I was just getting tired of the place, but it just kind of fell into place.
What type of truck you got, Sean?
That's usually how opportunities like that come about. They just sort of fall into your lap.
And I've never had a job where I can. He said my hours that I'm required to be there are 9 to 5. I've never had a job where I can go in at 9. Like it's literally early since I went active duty. It's always I got out and then I was. Yeah, so it's like, what do I do?
I was gonna say I'd be awake for like 3 hours. Like, what do I do with myself?
I know. I would
until
get
have
up
to
and
go
I'm
to
just gonna sit there and like, what do I do? But yeah, he's totally cool with me doing work outside the shop, in the shop, after hours, on the weekend. Yeah, no weekends. So yeah,
That's sweet. That right there is banking hours.
That's okay, Sean. That's a nice truck. Sean, I wish I could have had it. I wish I took a picture of my assistant who works for me. He's a government civilian, man. He just sold. God, I talked about it. I think in my last stream, he sold a F-250. It was an '04, and it was only the 5.4 liter, but was it a well modified truck, and it tastefully modified, and he only wanted 10 grand for it, and had 41,000 miles. He sold it before I even had an opportunity.
I did not, Jim, but I will. Trust me, I will.
You're gonna record it. You're gonna go in there and you're asking for that sponsorship and be like, "Look,
They'll be like, look, I'm banned from this place, but before I leave here, you're going to be sponsoring me. They'll be like, yeah, hold on, 911?
we need you to stay right there while we get the forms." And then,
Yeah, exactly. Don't go anywhere. Hold on.
see, I've been avoiding my Fox. This is my garage. Yeah, man, I'd love to get a freaking. Gosh, I keep. So it's weird because I honestly was thinking about listing the MGB, but then I drove it the other day and I was like, man, it is a fun car. And I fixed the suspension, and it is crazy how sharp I can turn in this thing. With how skinny these little wheels are. Yeah. Well, what's the frequent issue the 5.4s have, AB? Don't they have to get like a timing chain replaced at 100?
Oh man, timing chains, phasers, spark plugs blowing out of the heads. Those are like the main things.
Yeah.
AB, how long you worked at that dealership?
I've only been there for about 8 months now.
How old are you?
29.
29?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've been there long enough to know that it's just not what I want. Now, if I was just working on Shelby's the whole time, maybe, but even then, just dealing with warranty, it's just I have to do 3 times the work to get paid, average. So basically, I'm going somewhere else, going to make the same if not more, and doing like less work. So call me lazy, but it's kind of smart.
And potentially it'll give you that job satisfaction too. Sounds like a performance shop.
A little bit. I mean, they do tuning and like flat, like APR tunes and stuff like that. But no,
Are you gonna be able to learn how to do that stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. He wants to basically. I mean, it sounds like he wants to like I said, he wants to make me the lead tech, and it's just me, him, and then another like junior guy that he's hired on. Because I guess a couple guys didn't work out. So he wants me to take lead of like most of the repairs in the shop, delegate the entry level guy to do stuff that he can handle, and then he'll deal with all the sales side and the problem cars, and we'll go from there. So,
I'll get out someday, Justin. I'll get out someday.
Live the life. Got out in 14.
How old are you, Justin? You gotta be what?
What's he talking?
How old are you? I'm guessing he's in the military.
Yeah, I got out in 14 too, active duty, and then went back into the reserves in 17.
What's up, 4 Blue?
So 4 Blue.
Dude, one of the best parts of the movie's on right now. When they're in the Jeep and they're freaking leaving the parking lot. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
The Jeep? You said Jeep?
Sorry, Hummer.
Man.
Hummer, they all look the same.
Are those glasses your prescription?
Shut up. Don't make me cuss.
Oh, okay. Ford Tech. He was a Ford Tech. Justin, where are you located, man? Yeah, I want to get my gosh, man. want to get my transmission fixed this week. I got some stuff I've got to handle tomorrow, unfortunately. I'm also trying to get my trying to set up a race, not a race, just some fun with my buddy in his 480 horsepower Miata. What's up, Lefty? How you doing, man?
Lefty Two Guns, my toolbox bro.
My dog. Okay. Let's make sure my dog didn't steal my hammer and go chew it.
Oh my God.
4 blue, gone in 60 seconds.
Worry about your dog.
Rescue.
Don't you think your dog?
You hear him? Hear him, Matt?
Yeah, he likes to play with hammers and chew them.
Yeah, the hammers are his toys.
What's that?
Do you eat all yours?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't planning on posting that short of him, but I thought it was too funny. I had to post it. He's got a lot of extra fur, man. I put him up. I took a leaf blower and I just blew it in his mouth. He was trying to eat it, and his face just like blows up. It's hilarious. I ran it in super slow mo.
Kim found a video on Facebook. It was a car wash, and the spinning brush like was accessible from the outside part of the car wash. And somewhere a dog walked up, and the spinning brush came down. The dog backed his body into the spinning.
I've seen that video. Yeah.
That's funny as hell, man.
So 4 blue.
Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to get my headphones to work again.
You got your phone back?
No,
Appreciate it, Victor.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so they called and said my phone was beyond repair. And because
Sean.
yeah, so they said my phone was beyond repair and it was factory defect. And
Give me a new one.
that, well, I didn't even have to. They said doing that it was a factory repair issue and it wasn't repairable. We're shipping you a brand new one, exact same model, exact same color.
Mustang Mike, what's up?
At no cost to you. So I was like, right on.
So wait, I guess I missed it. What happened to what was wrong with your phone?
Okay, so
Foobar. I love that phrase, foobar.
okay,
Hell yeah,
so
Eating a cheeseburger.
I started getting weird black spots in my screen. And it just stopped charging. It would
Matt Stang, what's up?
only wireless charge. And
That's right, I
headphones
remember you saying
wouldn't work. Yeah,
remember
so
saying
I
that,
took it
yeah.
in. I took it in and tried to get my insurance to fix it because they told me when I talked to them, they said, yeah, no problem, $30 with my insurance to repair it. Well, then when the tech looked at it, he said, yeah, he said, there's nothing we can do. He said, this is all, he got out some binder and started looking through it and stuff and said, this is going to be a factory repair. So we have to ship it into the factory and we can give you a loaner phone. And I said, what kind of loaner phone? Because I'll keep using this broke piece of crap if I have to use an iPhone. And he started laughing and he said, let me go check. So he came back and said it's going to be a Samsung S9, which is like way small compared to what I'm used to. And it's got locks in it and some kind of parental control that you can't even, when you touch on anything, it doesn't allow you to do nothing. So it's like super basic. It's got a big sticker on it that says property of and stuff like that. So, but I get a new one tomorrow morning.
That's good. Hey, you're with Sprint, right?
A loaner phone.
Yeah.
My
Huh?
bird's on here.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Abby?
So I've
Oh,
never
we got
even
somebody
heard of a
else in the
loaner phone.
basement, and there he is.
Hey, a bear.
Welcome, Mike.
What's up, Matt? Matt. What's up, AB? What's up, Four Blue?
What's up, Mike? So I seen something.
Let's see. Street Fox, what's going on, bud? Mavstain, what's up? And let's see who else said hi to me. Victor, what's going on, buddy? Lefty Two Guns, what's up? All right, I'm caught up.
Yeah. What's up, everybody in the chat? So, as I was coming in, I seen somebody said something about staying away from the 5.4. Can you kind of fill me in on what was the conversation? Did I miss?
I mean, I've heard that like the timing chain after about 100K, and then maybe remind me like we got the phasers that can have issues eventually, and
Did somebody
all
say
those.
they had that motor?
The 5.4
for-
also had a lot of problems too with the tensioners failing on them.
Yeah, timing chains, tensioners, all that.
Yeah,
Lasers,
anything
everything
time-
inside
yeah.
the front of the motor that's expensive to a lot of labor to replace. And then eventually, so if you're not this is the one engine that doesn't matter what kind of oil you're using, you should not go more than 3,000 or 4,000 miles between oil changes, especially if you're not using like a full synthetic, because the oil passages in there get clogged up and then it's done. You need an engine.
So, the 5.4 3 valves, I highly recommend you stay away from. But
I'm not getting one.
Howland's dad has one that's got 345,000 on it, and it's never been opened.
What
But
year
he's
is it?
also been, it's a 06 5.4 3 valve, but it's been dealer maintained its entire life, and it's got a binder of maintenance through the
Yeah.
dealer, like 8 inches thick. You know, everything's done at the dealer. So
Yeah, it just
But-
depends on the engine or when it's made, or or how well it's maintained too.
Yeah.
I've seen some people, how the excursions and the expeditions, how they would blow the spark plug out. I used to, when I had a mobile mechanic business, I used to carry the repair kits
Lenore.
on my truck. I'd carry the repair kits by the cases
right.
because I was getting 2 or 3 calls a day for that very problem.
Maybe
That's a
Well,
lot
then
of
the
the
answer.
earlier ones too. I mean, the
Me-
later ones they got better, but
Yeah, well, the problem was because the heads only had 5 threads holding the spark plug in, and then
Yeah.
they went to a 9-thread head.
Maybe I should look for it. I should get one of those. We had them growing up. Get one of those conversion vans that have like the wood paneling interior. It's still.
Dude, those vans are sweet, man. I want one.
We had one growing up, man. You can pull down. It's got a bed in the back. You can take a nap and pull a car. Like it's a
Oh,
truck.
God.
I had an Astro van conversion that had the V6 in it.
See, we had the big Ford one, basically the E150 or the E250 or whatever it was, converted over, and it was a beast, man. It was a big freaking van, and you get like 10 miles per gallon, but dude, that thing could haul some stuff.
I went on a trip in one of those vans, and you're right, it's a gas hog, but man, you want to talk about
There it
you want
is.
to talk about being comfortable. You get tired, you just pull into a truck stop somewhere or a rest area, and
Yeah, you pull the curtains down and take a nap.
yeah, the back bench seat just folds down into a bed, and you just stretch out and go to sleep and watch TV, whatever. Had the old school VCR with the 19-inch thick color TV.
So my dad, that was actually funny because when those came out, that was like my dad didn't buy that van. He didn't buy the one that had it in there because it was like a $5,000 option to have a built-in TV. He's a woodworker, so he found the type of wood that they use inside the car. He built his own console that looked like it was stock, and he mounted a TV in there himself.
Right on.
So that way we didn't pay $5,000 for it.
Right on.
Yeah.
So are you looking for a truck or a tow truck or
Erwin AB.
something? I mean, what are you looking for? Prosper?
No, I'm not really looking. I had a coworker that was selling a F250 had like 41,000 miles on it, and he sold it for $10,000. Like I could have bought it and like flipped it for 20, or probably at least 15.
Right on.
Yeah,
But,
me and the wife next year we're gonna start doing a little bit more camping and stuff with the kids. And matter of fact, we're going camping at the end of the month. There you are. He's still waving.
So, buddy,
Anyway,
What's up, little dude?
next
Yo.
next year
They said
when we get
hi.
our taxes, we're going to look into buying a like an F-150 or an F-250, something that could pull a small camper,
yeah.
and then look into getting a small camper. And also, I want to get a car trailer. That way, whenever I go to Fort Takeover, I can start trailering my Mustang.
Yeah, I'd like that too. That's kind of the impetus behind it here. I mean, if I'd gotten that truck, it would have been to tow this to stuff or tow a camper, because I could put a shell over the bed and put the dogs back there and go camping. I mean,
Yeah, I just
I don't know.
ordered we're going camping at the end of the month with Next Gen Car Guys, and just ordered it's an inflatable mat back of the Ford Edge. Fold the rear
See,
seats down and the inflatable mattress, and the kids, they have a tent with a couple of inflatable mattresses for it, so they'll sleep in it outside, in the campsite, and then me and the wife will be up in the back of the van or the Edge on the air mattress.
See, man, we used to go camping all the time in Myrtle Beach when I was a kid, and I miss those. Like, I'd love to do that kind of stuff with my kids, but I gotta be smart. I can't just go out and throw cash around willy nilly.
Well, we're going to be here
Most
for a
people
couple of
can't, obviously.
days. We're going to go camping for a couple of days. The air mattress I bought was only $52, and it comes with the 12-volt pump and everything.
I want to get a pop up.
I was
Those are
kind of
pretty
thinking
cool.
about getting a pop up, but for 4 people, there's really not a whole lot of room in a pop up.
I'm telling you, man, with the pop up we had as a kid, it had 2 king size beds.
Really, it was a
Oh, that
big
was
one
a
then.
big pop up.
Yeah, that was a
I want an
big one.
Airstream. I so badly want an Airstream.
I would love to have an Airstream, one of the old school Airstreams.
Yes.
Well, those are expensive, man. Super
Yeah, they
expensive.
are. Well, it's because they're aluminum shell. I mean, but I mean, it's plus the design of them. But the nice thing about the Airstreams is you can get all kinds of different layouts on the interior.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not limited to just one layout.
Well,
Have
you
you
can
seen
always
the-
buy an old camper and modify it yourself. If you have the know-how, you could always put a lot of stuff in there and like
We
build your
actually
own
thought-
interior.
What's going on, David?
We actually thought about getting a enclosed trailer
What's up, David?
and building the inside out to be a camper.
David. Yeah, man.
Have you seen that the old school Airstreams cost just as much as a brand new Airstream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of them are more.
Yeah, 35 to 100 grand. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And these people that haul them Airstreams, they're in like a big it's like an Airstream club or something, and they travel all over, and they actually get all kinds of discounts and perks just for being in that club.
Did you see David's comment, Mike? Said they're
Some of them are
stainless steel, not
but some
aluminum.
of them are.
They're stainless. Okay, I thought there was aluminum. My bad.
I think some
don't
of
know.
them were aluminum though. Maybe.
Maybe some
But,
of the originals or the old schools, they might have been aluminum, but the updated versions or the newer ones might be stainless. I don't know. All I know is I always wanted one because I thought they had
Yeah,
a
man.
cool look to them. And I tell you what,
They do.
I seen something one time. I seen a video, and they actually made it, and the idea was just sick as hell. But it's a Volkswagen Beetle, an old school Beetle.
Oh
And
yeah,
it
I
had
know
a
what you're talking
fifth
about.
wheel style camper on it, and you could turn the Beetle completely around and face the camper and steer it and back it into any spot you wanted to. Or I mean, it's just cool. I ain't never seen that like that. And when I seen that video, I was like, hey, that's an original idea right there.
You guys watch the British Top Gear, or you ever watch the Grand Tour on Amazon?
I've watched the Top Gear. I watched it a couple of times.
Well, if you're at Amazon Prime, you should watch the Grand Tour. It's good too. But what is it? They built I don't know I can't remember which one it was because now they're kind of blending together. But they built their own homemade campers, and like the Clarkson guy, he built one that was like literally a 3-story like mini hotel. It was freaking insane. It was on like I think it was on like a little Toyota pickup, and the freaking gigantic tower sticking out of the bed. I mean, it was monstrous. It was hilarious, dude. Hilarious.
What's up,
Yeah,
Fat Boy Fox?
We're thinking about
Bad Boy
getting.
Fox.
We're thinking about getting a, like I said, if we don't buy an outright camper, we can always get a 7x14 enclosed trailer or a 7x12 enclosed with the lay down door, and the lay down door can actually be a front porch set up on it.
Lefty, that'd be pretty cool, man. If you can get some utilities and stuff hooked up in there.
Swear to God, every time I watch this movie, dude, it renews my want to get a freaking Eleanor so bad.
But
Wow.
right
One of
now,
my favorite
Built one.
movies on the planet.
So what?
to build a camper would be actually cost more than to actually buy one.
Fat Boy Fox, you're like the 5th person to point it out.
He's only the
What?
3rd. Come on, don't exaggerate.
I swear to
they're
God,
right.
Sublime has a tapeworm or something, man, because he's always stuffing his face.
Once again, this is my second meal of the day.
Yeah, David, if you're talking about like the city bus style conversions, I like those. Like the ones that I want to say they're like 50s buses or maybe even 60s. I think they look really good when they're done right.
I lived in one of those for almost 2 years when my parents
I-
decided they didn't want to live in a house no more.
My brother, he lives in a camper right now up in New Hampshire. They sold their house and they decided we're just going to live in a camper. He's about to get out of the Navy, and so he's just going to live in a camper until he gets out and figures out what he's going to do with the rest of his life.
Here comes the go, baby, go button. There it is.
Yeah, I wish they had actually filmed that car actually going fast instead of just doing it times 4 speed.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's so blatantly like fast forwarded.
Fake.
It's not even close to looking real.
Yeah, I know.
I think it really sucks that BS for Build, didn't spend all that money on that car just to get it taken away from him like that.
Well, yeah, like the lady,
What?
like the wife, like owns the rights. She has to give the blessing to any build for the namesake of that car.
Not the blessing. She has to be paid.
Yeah.
Well,
Either way.
Well, see what it was is he was getting paid on the videos, because the monetization and everything. So he was making money off the revenue off the videos of doing the build, and then she's not getting anything of it. Plus the car looked identical to it, paint and everything.
Picked a
Yeah.
weird win.
Hey, B, you getting beat up over, ain't you, bud?
One of these times that kid's going to pick up something a lot harder than you thought was coming. You're going to be like, wow, damn it.
See a big old knot swell up on his head.
Oh, only he can get away with it.
How old is he?
He's 3.5.
3. Yeah. Okay.
great age.
Oh yeah. He's still in the terrible 2 age right now.
Oh yeah.
Well,
He won't grow out of
You know-
that till he hits at least 4.
see, I enjoyed
Shit.
the 2s. My son's
I
3. He's about to turn 4, and he's way worse right now than he was at
Yeah.
2. Like he's mouthy. He's starting to have his own opinion on things, and it is a pain, man. You
Yeah,
tell
that's
him
where he's
like
at
my
now. Yeah.
you guys have seen my dog. He goes right up. Luckily, my dog's good, but he goes right up to my dog, grabs his jowls, and starts shaking them around. I'm like, buddy, you can't do that. Like, if he didn't like you, he was gonna bite you.
I still go through my terrible 2s sometimes. Fuck with me. Sometimes it'll send me off into a terrible 2s moment. Sorry, guys. I'm still here. I'm just making me a snack.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You doing with this
He's
knife?
spilled.
Huh?
He spilled
Done with the
water.
knife?
No, I'm good.
Here.
I do want some of those tomatoes, though.
Yeah, man. I'm actually you guys are making me hungry. You gotta stop doing this.
I know.
I'm
I'm
not
sitting here
eating
looking
anything.
around, thinking about something to eat, or
I'm debating taking my.
I had a big ass thick chicken quesadilla, homemade chicken quesadilla for dinner, and it's like, man, y'all making me hungry again.
Well, I had a salad, so I got lots of room left.
I'm having
I'm
summer
trying to go to bed
sausage,
and I'm
cheese,
getting hungry now.
summer sausage, cheese, olives, and cherry tomatoes.
Well, I'm not working tomorrow, so I might take my car and go out to Cookout after this and get something to eat. Get a fat burger.
Yeah, I'm not working tomorrow either. My son's got. I got to take my son to the doctor to get his 11-year shots. He gets 2 shots tomorrow, so that's going to be a fun experience.
Is he still freak out about him?
Well, he's autistic, so anything
I
shots
gotcha.
or needles or anything he doesn't like.
See what?
And and then at 3:30, my wife has an MRI on her knee at 3:30. So yeah, the doctor thinks she's got a torn meniscus.
Hey, Victor, that's what they're talking about, man. They're talking about that's B is for build, man. They were just talking. That's who they were talking about.
Have you seen that off-road Lamborghini that he's built?
Not yet. Yes, actually, yes. And
He
he
just
has
did
an
a-
LS motor, right?
Yeah, he just did an updated video today, and he put GT500 big brake kit on it. But the M car looks like a rock crawler. Looks like a
Yeah, it
Lamborghini
does.
rock crawler. It's wicked. It's wild. I like stuff like that. When people go out of their way to build unusual things like that, I like that. It's about like the guy that put the 2JZ motor in the Corvette.
So when I do my
Thinking,
Viper swap Tesla, you'll be a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you guys see? I think
If you
Toyota
do that though, you needed to get one of the charging cables, plug it into the back, and just cut it off, and let it, and bolt it in there and let it hang and flop loose. That way, if anybody asks what happened, say I got tired of charging them things, so I put a gas motor back
So
in
I put a
it.
V10 in it.
Yeah, there you go.
Toyota just released a video. I think it was this week of their hydrogen powered car, like the exhaust sound from one of their hydrogen powered cars they just made.
Hydrogen cars have been around. They're just not many people know about them, and like the cost of them is like ridiculous.
Yeah, they're still developing that tech though. I mean, they're friggin'.
There was a guy.
The infrastructure and the attractiveness is not, and the cost is what is driving them.
Yeah.
What keeps them at low numbers.
There was a guy here locally. I don't know if he still has it, but I remember here it's probably about 8 or 10 years ago. He had a biodiesel car.
But you can get one of those K5 Blazers, or the big Deuce and a halves, and you can put anything in it. It'll run on anything.
But he had he made his own biodiesel at home. He had he got a special license to make his own biodiesel. Had the tanks and stuff, and you get behind him, man. It might smell like tacos. It might smell like Mexican food. It might smell like Chinese or something.
There's a video I saw on YouTube a few years ago, and I'm sure it's still out there. But this guy literally, he bought an Army surplus Deuce and a half or a Marine surplus Deuce and a half. Who knows what it was? He literally just goes to all these like restaurants. He takes all their old oil, throws it in his tank. He throws anything in his tank, and he just drives on it.
AB, you know what I want to be even cooler? Instead of doing a Viper engine into a Tesla, take the Tesla motors and put them into a Viper and make an all-electric Viper.
I know a guy who's putting the Tesla motors in a Range.
Think about it.
I know a guy putting Tesla motors into a Range Rover Defender.
There's a video on YouTube where someone took Tesla batteries and the engine or the motors and stuff, and I can't remember what car it was he put it in, but it wasn't what it's supposed to go in.
Yeah.
But they broke the batteries down instead of one big giant cell that goes underneath the car. He broke it down into smaller sections to put in the in the trunk area.
Oh crap! We need to move her car. If she comes up, tell her she can move her car.
Yeah, we had a Tesla come into the shop. Our
You
first
fight-
one that come into the shop with a flat tire. And my boss is like, I don't know if we can fix those tires. I heard they're special tires. And I told him, I said, no, I can fix it. I said, it ain't as hard as you think. Took it in there, took it off, and I showed him. I said, this is what they're talking about. And it has the foam inside the tire that's stuck into the tire. And
Mike,
all
are
it
you being
is
summoned?
yeah, I'm being summoned. I'm ignoring her because she knows I'm on live stream.
Okay.
I'm on live stream. Hush. Anyway,
Yeah, that's right.
it's bedtime. But anyway, it has the foam in there, and what it does is it eliminates the road noise that comes up through the tires.
Yeah, you have to have it.
And everybody says, "Oh, you can't fix those tires because of that foam." You actually can. You locate the injury in the tire if it's right through the foam. You take and cut about 3 inches to each side of the where the nail hole or screw hole is, and you cut it out. As long as it's a repairable hole, you cut it out, and then you buff the tire down. You patch it, and then you take and then you take some super glue and stuff and put on you buff the whole area down where the foam is going to go back on, and you actually put a few drops of super glue all over it after you done put your patch down, and then you stick the foam back in place.
Interesting.
Real easy to fix.
So that K5 Blazer military diesel, the older K5 Blazer with the diesel motor in it, it'll run on anything too. My
I'd
buddy
love to
has
pick one of
two
those
of them
up.
sitting.
I'd love to pick one of those up. They used to sell them on. There's a website. Actually, one of the cars. My dad bought a. You know what a K car is? The old Plymouth K cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my dad bought a K car station wagon from Camp Lejeune for $200 with 63,000 miles. We put. No, sorry, it had 20-something thousand miles. We put 63,000 miles on it for a $200 car for the motor blue. But like they had a whole bunch of K5 Blazers on there. I mean, dude, it would have been awesome to pick one of those up for sure.
So the base here still has a bunch of those K5 Blazers stacked, lined up out back.
Yeah.
And my buddy out there where I keep my cars, he's got two of them, and he says you can still buy them from over there at the base. You know, once a year when they do their auction or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they get weird stuff, man.
Well,
Like
my
I think
Wi-Fi, man. What the hell?
some of these surplus ones, like you'll see weird things like Sea-Doos, like training Sea-Doos. I've seen snowmobiles. We got some random things out there.
David Martin, here you do to make biodiesel. You do need a license, and it's not a license to make it. It's a license to house it. Because even though it's a diesel fuel and everything, it's still a fuel source. And he was housing, I think, 8,000 gallons of it. So it was an EPA thing that even though it's biodiesel, it was an EPA thing that that he had to go through to store it there because it's still it's still considered a combustible.
I know here you don't have to have a license to make it, but you have to have a license to sell it.
Now, he wasn't selling it. He was using it for his own vehicles. He actually made a video where he went out and he went to all the different restaurants in town, like everywhere that had any type of oil vats out, oil tanks out back, and he would actually pay them to have their, get their oil. And some places would just give it to them so they wouldn't have to pay to have it hauled off. And he had a pickup truck that ran on biodiesel, and it had a tank in the back of it, and he would pump it out into that tank, take it home, and filter it through.
AB, did you say you're going to get your Honda this week?
I don't want to jinx myself, but yeah.
What Honda?
Cool, man. That S2000.
S2000. Oh my God.
Oh, please.
You gonna go get you a go? You gonna go get you a go-kart, man?
Yeah, why not? I love go-karting.
If you're gonna get an
What?
S2000, get you a BMW, man. I think
No.
what is
He's
it?
got
The
one that-
M3, the M3 or
S2000
whatever.
S2000's reliable. Why would you want a piece of junk German car? It's over-engineered. He's got to work on all the time.
Well, all right, do this. You got to do this then. You got to add the fancy big high boy wing on it, because that is going to add 100 horsepower easily, guaranteed right there. You got to
And
put
then when
all
you
the
pull in
right.
the car meets, you got to play the Tokyo Drift song or theme
Yep.
song.
You got to put on all the different stickers on the side. That's another 50 to 75 horsepower. And then anytime you pull up somewhere, you got to rev the engine up real loud and hit the rev limiter.
There's a sweet one here, man. There's a sweet one here. The dude's got a, I don't know if it's turboed or supercharged. I want to say it's supercharged. But it's awesome.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, the plan is to, yeah.
Looks beautiful.
It is.
I mean,
Everything I've ever seen in
The
Costa Rica.
GT350 and the S2000 are both regarded as having like two of the best manual transmissions ever. So to say I have both of them, and then not to mention the uniqueness of the S2000 is kind of on line with what the GT350 is, like the following and what the cars do and what they're capable of, and just the experience of them. Very similar as far as like, I don't know. But I just want naturally aspirated, high revving engines in the garage of different variations. So the next one will be either a straight six or a flat six.
I got a coworker that has a, what is it, like an 85 or 86 Fiero, and he's actually doing the I think it's the 3.8 supercharged engine that
Yeah.
He's doing that swap, and right now he's having trouble with the harness, finding somebody. There was a company that actually would build the harnesses for the swap. You just send them the harness for the swap engine, and then you go to basically a junkyard and get a harness, or send them the harness out of your car if you're not driving it.
Yeah.
And then they'll marry the two together to where all it is basically a plug and play type deal.
Those engines were no slouches, man. My buddy had a Riviera, one of the two-door Riviera that came out in the 90s. And that thing would smoke my other friend's New Edge.
Oh, the supercharged Rivieras?
You remember that? You
Yeah.
imagine that supercharged engine in that damn little, what is it, 2,400 pound car?
There was like a group of like 3 Fieros when I was in Virginia Beach. They put LSXs in them. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw
What
a
really-
Miata with a Corvette engine in it.
What really got me kicked off into building engines and building cars and stuff is back when I was a teenager. My neighbor that lived a couple of streets over had a 300ZX, and he put a 454 big block in it. And he drag raced it, and then up another block over had another buddy of mine that drag raced Fairmonts
So Mustang Nation.
and Fairlanes.
Yeah, I actually
Dave
can't
Martin?
wait to,
Jim.
set up my own autocross course and then do me driving both cars and see which one I can get the best time in and whatnot. Start doing some
Or
competition with myself.
Wait, when you say
As far as
autocross,
speed goes, the Mustang would probably do better on the overall speed. But as far as time goes, I'd say the S2000 would probably
That's what I said.
be
I
a
gotta
lot
do it.
quicker because it's got a lower stance to it. If you put a wider tire on it or a wider wheel to where you get a better contact patch on it.
It's got aftermarket wheels on it. It's got a 17 by 9 square setup, 255s all around.
It's pretty
Are you
good for a
talking
small
about
car.
Is the suspension stiffened up on it?
It's got aftermarket. What's the brand? Crap,
Iobi?
No.
Coney?
Buddy Club
Tony, that's what I'm thinking
coilovers
of.
and Buddy Club rear control arm and Megan anti-bump kit.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink.
So when you say course, are you talking about like a parking lot course?
Yeah, kind of like how the video that I just put up, where I took those guys around. Yeah, just set
Yeah.
something up with some cones and
That Honda will definitely do better than the Shelby for sure.
You need to bring them to to Alabama, to North Alabama, Huntsville. We used to have a Dunlop tire manufacturer in Huntsville,
Yeah.
and they had their own proving ground out back. Well, ever since the plant closed, there's actually a Apache helicopter company in there that gets the military Apaches, and they do their, I think it's their 10,000 hour service on them or whatever it is, where they just break them all the way down to the shell and then build them back up, replace and update stuff. Anyway, this company come in and bought the proving ground out back, and they still use it. And they test anything from suspension parts to engines, tires. They'll have car manufacturers that come in and use their proving ground and stuff like that, because they got a range system out there for it. They got the slalom course on it. They got the round track course. They got a long straightaway, almost like a drag strip style course on it. I mean, it's wild, dude. I've actually been out there on it. In my service truck, had to go fix a tire on their tractor that does the bush hogging for the grass and stuff. And they was explaining to me everything about it. It's pretty cool. But that'd be something good, cool to, to put the Mustang and the Honda on, because you could test them. You could test both of them in all kinds of different aspects.
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I mean,
What's up, Mike Hall?
Oh, what's up, Mike?
Mike Hall, what's going on? 1 of 1 RTR. What's up, Jim?
I didn't ask David. I should have asked, man. I didn't ask him how much power it had, but he did tell me. I thought he said 2,600. It's probably 2,900, but that thing weighs less than 3,000 pounds. It's ridiculous. I thought I recorded it too, but I didn't have the conversation. I'm here eating my Italian ice pops. Yeah, but yeah, I think it was pretty wicked, man. I'm trying to get my buddy, the guy who has that American flag car. I'm trying to get him on the channel at some point, but I got so much going on that I just don't have time. Like, there's so many people who've reached out to me to hop on, and I don't have time. Because I'm not going to just tell my 30-week pregnant wife, hey, you got the kids. I need to go film for YouTube.
She might not mind if you're making money at it, making good money at it.
You don't make that much money.
I know.
What is that? Garbage. Here. Going that way.
Yeah, I done come to the conclusion that I'm probably not gonna post any more videos on YouTube.
Why not, man?
Well, in the past 3 weeks, I've only gained 7 views on my channel.
7 views.
7 views, and I actually lost. I went back and looked at my old screenshots that I had, because I started noticing some things, and I went back and looked at some of the screenshots that I had, and I actually lost 300 and what was it? I got it here. Hang on a second. I got it wrote down here. 368 views lost, taken away.
Weird.
So yeah, it makes no sense.
you think they go back and watch stuff, and if it's not clean, they take it away, or what?
I don't know. Well, it's just like my watch hours is going away too.
Well,
I was up
Here's
to
my opinion, dude.
1,080 watch hours. I made 1,020 watch hours. So I lost 60 watch hours.
If you enjoy making these things, dude, then that's what you do it for, man. Like, if you're doing it.
I enjoy doing it, but I enjoy.
Because you got friends here who like following your build.
I enjoy the people that, because don't get me wrong, I enjoy talking to, to all you guys, and hanging out with all you guys and stuff, and responding to y'all's comments on my videos. I really, enjoy that stuff. But but I like, I get people all the time that hardly ever comment on my videos that comments, hey man, that's sweet, sweet idea, or I really like the route you're going, this, that, and the other. But here lately, I've been getting zero views on my channel.
I'm gonna go check right now
Zero.
to see if it unsubscribed me from you.
Poor Blue's got it. This guy gets it, man. He gets it.
What happened to Poor Blue?
100%
Why did he get off the panel?
He said the crappy loaner phone is not helping him out.
Oh,
So
Well, I didn't care. I caught the telling that they're going to replace his phone for him.
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they sent him a brand new one. They said it was a manufacturer defect.
Well, at least he's getting a phone for free.
Yep.
Sean, what
That's
type
why-
of coffee do you drink?
That's why with mine, I got the S21 Ultra, and I got the insurance on it.
My next phone, man, I'm going to Sam's. I'm buying that. There's like a $300 Motorola, and that's what I'm buying because it has like a 40-something megapixel camera. It's got everything I need, man. I don't need these $1,000, $1,500 phones. It's crazy.
Oh no.
I don't need a payment for a phone.
Yeah, dude, something's up. How do you have a video? I'm watching your Project Hellion fuel. Am I still on mute? No, I'm not. All
No,
right.
you're not on mute.
It has 62 views, but it has 33 comments. I don't know how. I've never seen a video have 33 comments, but only 6. 60
Well, if you look
views.
at the comments, that's where I responded. Where it'll
Yeah,
be.
but still, even if it's 1 for 1, like you were like each comment, So let's say you have 16 comments. That's still
Who's going to be walking there?
quarter. That just doesn't make any sense.
Why would he walk over there?
Well, if you look at it though,
Just leave it there. Nobody's going to walk over there.
if you look at it, it's Zay, it's Victor Xavier, Money Pit Mustang, Brian, No Fox Given,
Yeah,
Karma.
there's a lot of people.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's everybody that I know on pretty much a personal level from the live streams and everything.
Yeah.
Matt's commented on, or Brels was commenting on it. Mustang guy. So
But what I'm
and I
saying is
respond.
that normally helps promote the video and have YouTube push it out and
Yeah.
like get it.
Well, see that video there. It was at 58 views for 2 weeks.
Have you so what's your is the title good? I don't have it in front of me. How's the title?
Project
Rod-
Hellion fuel system is done almost.
See you gotta here's
All
my
that
opinion,
for that,
Mike.
yeah.
So that kind of title right there is kind of tailored towards your current subscribers, right? Because we know what that is.
All right.
You kind of gotta describe exactly what you're doing in the title for it to pop. So like,
Without it being too long.
yeah, I mean, because that's really what hits in the search bars.
Well,
Hey, it's Four Blues in the basement.
tomorrow I'm gonna get out there and I'm
Oh,
gonna
never mind.
take and tomorrow I'm gonna get out there. Once I get back from taking my son to the doctor, if I got
Well,
time.
you can't.
if I got
you can't
time
stop
before-
filming because we got to see that turbo go on the thing.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna stop filming, but as far as putting the videos up and everything, I don't. I'm kind of on the fence about it right now.
I got you.
And it's not because I'm trying to make money off of it. That's if I make money off of it, I make money off of it. If I don't, I don't. I could care less on that point because I just want my thing is to share the experience of the build with basically anybody that wants to watch it. But to have a video, to have 115 videos up there and get 0 views on the channel, exactly 0 views for 2 to 2.5 weeks.
Have you gone back?
And then when I do get views, I only get 7 views, but I have lost. I mean, I don't understand how I
And
get
Mike,
views taken away.
have you watched? So I used to be like resistant to it, and I haven't watched them in a long time. I'll say that. But have you watched any of the SEO videos?
The what?
on search engine optimization on like how to maximize your hits. So like, well, I recommend just Google or YouTubing some SEO stuff for like how to get your videos to be popular and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff you can do, man, and it doesn't work like every time, obviously, but you can always go back and make your old videos more appealing. Like I realized that I labeled some of my old videos like horribly, and I can go back and change them, and now they're not like breaking the bank here, right? But like I went from like no views to where I'd be getting like 15 views, 10 views every 48 hours. I mean, so I mean, there's things that can be done to help you with what you have already. You just and it's just got everything's got to be labeled right, and it's got to be, you know, people got to find it interesting, obviously. But the way I would start is if you've got videos that your retention and what you look at is like if people are watching it for like on average about over 50%, I'd start at those and try and rename them or change the tags around and just try and maximize those, because those are the ones that are more likely to get promoted since they're being watched longer. People, they're going to want to be able to jam more ads into it for you.
All right, watch this. Now, the last I checked, this was 5 days ago on TubeBuddy.
I was going to say, do you have TubeBuddy? That was another thing. Mike, have you used TubeBuddy on a laptop?
Look, it only went up 2 views on it.
Have you used TubeBuddy on a laptop?
I can't. Well, I don't know if I didn't know if I could get it on here.
Yeah, let me tell you, man, it is way more useful on a laptop than it is on your phone.
But don't you have to buy it or something?
Yeah, but if you're below 1,000 subscribers, I mean, I actually ended up buying. I think it's like $2 or $3 a month, and I paid for the whole year, and it was useful. I still use it occasionally. The thing I like most about it is you can go in and actually sort your tags. So if I type something in that I meant, because it reads them in order. So your most important tags need to be the first ones. Tags aren't as important as they used to be, but still, you can sort them through TubeBuddy, which is nice, instead of having to delete them and retype them.
So I keep getting emails saying 50% off TubeBuddy.
Probably promotions.
Yeah, promotions or whatever. The one I seen, it was going to be like, I got one email that said 50% off a year subscription, and then one said like $25 off of a year subscription, and then one that said the first month free or something or another. I mean, I get all kinds of things about it.
I got you.
Damn. I got hella bugs on this car.
Yeah,
What happens when you drive them?
We got massive bugs on this car. I took it out the other night at night, which I normally don't do. And it just freaking got slacked with bugs.
I got to figure out. So I got the gravel guards on the MG. If I hit some bugs, man, they get in there on the lights. That's going to freaking suck to have to clean those. I'm going to have to like unbolt the gravel guard, fold it down, clean it, put it back on. But I'm actually debating like if I want to go wild with this thing. I'm thinking about, I wish I had done it before I put the trim on. Thinking about doing white and black, like all the chrome trim, painting it black. I'm also thinking about just doing a crazy paint. The guy who painted, if you guys seen my channel, he painted that American flag SN95. He said he'd be willing to help me do a paint job on this thing, or I could just leave it stock, OEM and original, a little patina on it. I like patina too. So
Paint it purple with pink polka dots.
I was thinking about doing something outrageous, like I don't know, something that's not like I don't know, something super American. on a British car just to be contradictory.
I saw on a GTR the car show it had a Hubba Bubba wrap on it.
Hubba bubba.
Hubba Bubba
That's
bubble
a-
gum wrap on it.
Rich people spending their money on rich people
No,
things.
dumb kids spending their money on dumb things.
Yep, it fits.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm really hoping to get my transmission ready. I thought, AB, have you gotten a check from YouTube yet?
I set my minimum at like 200, so I'm not going to get it until I hit 200.
See, I've hit 200 and I haven't got paid anything.
Go on your AdSense and
Well, I think the paydays are like middle of the month. But I was actually banking on that coming so I could order my one-piece drive shaft. And now I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Oh, well. I was hoping to get this on the car before the baby's born. That's my goal. I don't know if it's a feasible goal. We'll see.
You still got a couple months, don't you?
Baby's due in August, so I've got literally 2 months.
I don't even know what I'm because it reset.
Well, I'm not worried about the guards, Sean. I'll get that. I can take care of those. Yeah, I was going to use a brush on them. I'm talking about the headlights behind them. I'll have to unbolt them. I just don't want to unbolt the guards. But I do like how they look, though, so I definitely want to keep them on the car.
I like scrubbing bubbles.
So yeah, I'm at over 200, but it wasn't all in May, so it
Yeah.
reset. So
your money resets?
No, it has to
Well,
meet
I'm
a
talking
certain
about,
before they pay you. It has to meet a certain threshold.
I didn't make 200 in May, so it just sat in the pot, and then it's going to continue building. Now I've hit that threshold, so when the next payday comes around, I'll hit it, and then it'll release it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm at so 250 since May 3rd, and that's all ads, no super chats or anything like that.
It's good, man. Yeah, some of the stuff I really want to film, I haven't been able to film it, unfortunately, but hopefully I'll get more free time in the future.
I will say the
Rinse and repeat.
the S2000 that I'm looking at is black, so the first thing I'm probably going to do, or as quickly as I can, is put the blue line on it to kind of brand the cars together. So
I've been neat.
All right, so I did something I'm gonna try and see if maybe that's what the problem is. That last video I put up about the fuel system, I went in there and just put Project Hellions Holly Sniper EFI fuel system, and see if that increases the views on it any.
Probably would if you're describing it accurately.
Yeah, just by changing the name up a little bit. That's my hardest thing is coming up with a good title for the video. Because I try to come up with titles of the videos without giving away 100% of what the video is about, because I was told you don't want to give away all the details of the video or in the title and the description, because it kind of takes away from the video.
Okay, Sean, I guess. Is the carburetor work? Yeah, man, it's running good. The problem was I kept trying to do it the cheap way out and replace this one thing that was for sure broken, and I should have just replaced them all. They're 30 plus years old. So I placed that broken float initially, and it was still flooding. The springs on the needles were weak. I just had to so I replaced the needles and both floats. And then there was a couple other things. I ended up taking the damn carburetors off 6 times, which was really frustrating.
Hey,
I
you got
remember
really
that
good
day.
at it, though, didn't you?
I
remember that
did
day.
get really good. I got really good at it. I got really good at it, and it used to take me a minute to get them off, and now they'll be off in like 5 minutes. So,
What I thought was funny is
it's frustrating because like leaning over like that, I don't mind doing it. It's like when I go to bed, I'm like, God, my back is killing me.
Yep.
This is an awkward angle, and then, dude, my freaking my motor came. I mean, I already said it before, but my motor came detached from the motor mount brackets, and it took me 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours to feed 2 bolts through these 2 little holes because my hands are just freaking huge compared to these things trying to reach in there. So you got like one that you're like holding the bolt with like 2 fingers trying to feed it in, and then the other one I ended up taping the nut to my finger so I could like try and thread it through because it kept trying to fall off.
that reminds
Ridiculous.
that reminds me of that video I seen. I think it might have been on TikTok or freaking Instagram or something. but
Yes,
But it was
Sean,
a woman.
brutal.
It was a woman. She said, "I wonder how he got so good at doing that." And then the video came with 2 fingers up there, spinning the bolt in with 2 fingers. No, I'm sorry, putting a nut on a bolt with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
That was the funniest crap I've seen.
Well, the one good thing about it is I got my son involved a little bit. So he wanted to work. He's been bugging me to work on the car, and I'm like, you know what? This is something he can do. So I gave him a flathead screwdriver, and I said, hey, buddy, see these bolts right here? These screws? Unscrew them. So he unscrewed the float bowl screws. I let him pull the old unscrew the old needle seat and the old needle and remove it, and then he helped me put the new ones in. So I mean, he was a part of it, that was cool. That was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
start
I want to
start him young, man. Get him involved in something.
Yeah.
Teach him a trade.
Well, he's very. I love how his brain works. He's a lot like me. He likes to know how things work. So he was just asking like what this is, how it works, and so like I got to explain. Fuel goes in here, mixes with air through here, and it goes into the engine and gets squeezed and ignited. So I mean, it was. He's very. He remembers more than I think he would. Like most kids would just like, oh, okay, thanks. He remembers.
You know what? You know
more
what
than
would
I
be
think he would.
really. You know what would be really good for him? Get online and find those little. It's the little real working engines, or not real working engines, but realistic engines.
Got
And
one.
they're.
He
I think
got it. He got it when he was 3 years old.
it's like 1/36 scale or something like that. I mean, it's like 8 inches long or whatever, but it's
Well,
the V8
so
engines with the header.
Haynes. Yeah, I know. Are you talking about the real ones that actually fire?
No, not the ones that fire. I'm talking about the ones
Yeah.
that you put the pistons together, you put
Yeah.
the bearings
So
and all that in,
Haynes-
the rings, the whole 9.
Hey, like the company Haynes, the manual company, they make a model V8 that we bought, and I was putting it together, and I thought like, oh, I can do it with him, even though it says like for an older age group. No way he could have done that. It was way too advanced at the time. Maybe now he can do some more things, but it was way too much for him to comprehend. You had to adjust the timing on this plastic little motor. It was ridiculous. If you didn't do it right, it wasn't going to run right.
But yeah, get them out there and start them early, man.
Yeah.
Best thing to do would be go. If you want to get them involved in stuff like that, go to a junkyard and like buy just a old junk carburetor.
Yeah.
Not one. That one. If just get something like that, or if you got a friend that's got
No
one
worries,
that they don't want anymore. Something that if he loses a spring or a screw or something like that out of it, no harm, no foul, because you're just using it trying to teach him something.
Well, the little motor.
Lay out of town, say, okay, here's how you take it apart, here's how you put it together. Explain all the pieces to him, like you was already doing. But
well, Sean here, he's kind of hit it. So like the little motor you got, it's real awesome. You see the pistons firing, you see the crankshaft, the
Mhm.
cams moving, you see the little lifters doing their thing, and they actually there's like little lights in there. They got little red lights that like when it's firing, they light up and then they go out. It's pretty cool. You get to see the explosions.
You got big damn whiskers. Getting old.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my son out there with me and help me, but him being autistic plus he's ADD, so
Yeah.
it only takes a matter of minutes and he's uninterested. He'll get down there with me and start helping me for a few minutes, and then next thing you know, he's gone and he's riding his bicycle or playing with his Matchbox cars.
Well, one thing, man, what I would love to do, but I don't have the space. It's hard for me to justify. I could go. I would put off buying a one-piece drive shaft because the car's still running to go buy my son a go-kart, and to like turn it into like a little project where we cut the body off his power wheel and slap it on the go-kart.
Yeah.
What's up,
I
Des?
just I don't know, man. I just don't want to. I don't have a place to put it. I don't got a place. I got so much stuff crammed in my garage. I'm like, if I didn't have an MGB, that's another thought of mine too. Say I were to ever sell the MGB, if I bought a Fox body is too big to fit in my garage because I've got 3 power wheels and then I got a trailer stacked in here that conveniently fits my MGB still with those things in here.
Doing good,
What's up,
Des.
Sean? What's up, Gone in 60?
So I'm going 60. Oh wow, CJ. What's he talking about? What's David talking about? I'm missing something.
Yeah, I agree with Sean. Get like a old brick.
It's going good, man.
Get a small lawnmower. A little little push mower. A little 18,
we lost
20 inch
AB.
push mower. Pull the engine off of it, and and let them help you tear it apart. Explain it to them what everything does and what everything piece is, and then put it back together.
I used to have, man, I had them for a while, and I wish I still did. It's not the same, but I had one of those. I used to have those Nitro RC cars. I sold them. I was tired of maintaining them, and he wasn't interested when he was little, but now he is. But those little Nitro RC cars, dude, they're pretty awesome. I had the Traxxas, I had the Revo 3.3. It would do and it was modified. It would do 65 miles an hour. If it hit you, it'd break your leg.
I was watching a video where one of them, someone had one of those. I think it's the Traxxas.
Yeah.
But this sucker was flying, man. And this guy was standing there watching him, and the guy that was driving it didn't really know how to drive it or control it that well.
Is this the one that came off the ground and flew and hit him?
No, he hit him in the legs, and it knocks his legs completely out from under him where he was standing. It broke his left leg.
Oh my God! What's up, Mike? Welcome, man.
Christ, what's going on?
Other Mike,
gotta get out of here.
Other Mike.
But yeah, I agree with start them young, like what you're doing, helping them, getting them to help you with the carburetor and explain them through, little things like that. He will always remember.
The MGB, so my problem with it, right, is I can't take it to shows because I take my kids to these things. So it's nice having a back. Oh, Matt, you said you got to go?
Yeah, I got a boogie. I got to get a couple things done before I go to bed. So.
Yeah, he's got to go take a dump. He done ate too much.
I got to run to the gas station. So.
Yeah,
oh my
man,
God,
no
here we
worries.
go.
Smoke run.
All right, later, man.
All right, man. You guys have a good night. Everybody in the chat,
Yeah.
you guys have a good night. I'm sure we'll see
Take
you
it easy.
somewhere, somehow, some way tomorrow.
Take it easy, man.
Everybody
We'll
hit the
see you,
like
buddy.
button on your way out.
Right. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the nice thing about the MGB, dude, this is like one of the easiest cars in the world to work on. But the on the downside, I haven't put the passenger seat. I haven't even done the passenger floor pan yet. I've still got it sitting on my wall back here, and I do want to do it. It's a lot of noise, so here's a problem. Right now, wife with baby needs her sleep. Future problem, baby needs sleep. and cutting that crap's gonna be loud, and it's right above below his room. So I don't see it getting done anytime soon. And then when I do cut it, it's just rust at the very front, so I could probably weld in a patch for now that I could take out later, like a temp patch
Right.
that I just cut out later, and then put my other seat in. But my problem is, man, it's not a safe car. Like I don't feel comfortable taking my son in there, because if I get hit, man, it's gonna be a problem.
Do you have a pickup truck or anything like that?
I do not. So I daily drive a Ford Edge, and my wife has an Explorer. And I sold my daily driver to buy the Caliber transmission. So I would love a pickup truck.
Well,
but I don't have one right now.
That Explorer would pull a trailer, wouldn't it?
A car trailer?
Yeah.
Or what type of truck? No.
Well, I mean,
It's,
one small enough, or you could use. That MG's a small enough car that you could actually
dude,
put it on a small trailer.
It's a 2.3 turbo. I would not be willing to risk that transmission. It's front wheel drive, pulling a car. I'm sure it can pull it. It's got 300 horsepower almost. But
The Explorer's
I don't
front wheel
know.
drive.
That one is. It's a unibody. They put the front wheel drive motor in there.
No kidding.
They just went back. That's a 2017. They just went back to the rear wheel drive, I believe. Poor Blue, what did you just share? Dude, you're not. What the? Hold on. Do you have a wrench, Poor Blue? Because I can't see. I don't know who's got wrenches. I haven't even checked my moderators in forever.
Hang on a second. I'll look. I had it up.
Okay. He shared it. I'm gonna click that link. I want to see what he's got. He's sharing heads. Okay. They're talking something else. Okay. Got it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe what I'd like to do, man, is find like a early 90s Explorer or Mountaineer and rip the 5.0 out of it and then throw that in the MGB. Problem is I don't want a junk car sitting in my driveway where I live, because there's some like tyrannical dictator that just executed a coup here on our homeowners association. Like literally, like
Basically, you got a Karen.
well, yeah. Well, they like legitimately, like illegally somehow got our old board out of there. I don't know how they did it, but the old board was good, and now these new people are psychos. So
I can relate. That's why I refuse to live in a homeowners association.
well, sometimes okay. So I play devil's advocate. I hate a lot of the things that they stand for, but there's certain places like where I used to live where it needed to be there, because some of these people, man, like letting vines grow under their shutters and stuff, and like just horrible failure to upkeep your property to where your property values plummet, and
Right.
it could be a make or break thing for when you're if you bought a house and then if your neighbor all of a sudden lets their house fall apart and you're trying to sell and move. Like as a military man, I don't keep a house very long, so I need to be able to get out of there
Right.
and not lose my butt selling it. So Karen Stratus. Yeah, it's let's see.
How long have you been in the house that you're in now?
I've only been here. Well, that's different. This is a different year. I've been here since August of 19. I refinanced, so my mortgage is awesome right now. And so because of the checks that the government issued out, inflation's crazy. So home values have all skyrocketed. So my house is probably worth $30,000 more than I paid for it just in the last year.
Figure more than that.
I'm assuming. I
Figure,
always guess.
figure at least 60 or 70,000 more. It has gotten nuts. People are buying houses sight unseen, dude.
Well, the problem is, well, I mean, it's not a problem. It's a good thing. Where I live right now, there's a whole huge new, basically, is it Marcom? No, it's MARSOC. MARSOC, the Marine Special Operations Command. They just got moved here, and they're bringing in like four or 10,000. They're bringing in a lot of people, and there's not more houses, so housing values are going up. So there's more people moving in and need to find places to live. So
Well, see,
I'm hoping.
here in Alabama, what's going on here in North Alabama? Because I live out in the county. I live about 12 to 14 miles north of Huntsville, where I work. And what they're doing here is, because right now we're currently looking for a house, and we've found 7 houses. I've placed 3 different bids on houses, but the problem is these people are coming in and bidding $20,000 more than what their people are asking for it, or they're doing a cash offer on it just to get the house.
Well, Sean Ryder, didn't your 150,000 before the crazy inflation our country's going through here? Oh, wasn't that like roughly equivalent to 75,000 American before recently? It was like almost double, wasn't it?
I agree with Mike's Garage. Only the government wins, the property values go up. See, I got a
Yeah.
USDA loan right now, and my loan guarantee is up to 200,000. But I'm trying to find something for around 140, 150 to keep my payments down around 650, 700 a month.
Yeah.
If I make an offer for 175 on a house, my payments are going to be almost $800 a month.
David Martin,
that's with
I hope.
Go ahead.
David, I'm sorry. David, I hope we're still connected when I get out of the military in a few years. I'd love to tell you some stories about how I've used your taxpayer dollars. Let me just say, I've blown more money in a matter of 3 hours than I will ever see in my lifetime. Probably more than I would ever see in 10 lifetimes by myself. Not blown. I've used military assets. That's the wrong word for it, because it's for a good purpose. It's just that stuff costs a lot of money.
In a way, when you think about it, it is kind of blowing it, because you're blowing stuff up with it, or the money is exploding. Bullet wise, it's exploding.
I was hunting submarines. That was what I did. Mike, how's the Mach 1, man? Have you posted a video recently, Mike? I haven't seen anything in a while. But I just recently sat down. I tried to catch up on quite a few videos the other day, or this morning.
But anyway, back what I was talking about is right now everybody's buying houses sight unseen. These investors are buying them up.
Yeah.
And they'll go in there, and then they'll make a few minor changes to them, and then they'll put them back on the market when the time is exactly right. They're holding on to these houses and waiting, because right now our military base out here, the FBI is building probably 15 different buildings out there.
Yeah.
And they're moving the Quantico headquarters to Huntsville, Alabama.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I own this house. If I don't stay here for the rest of we bought a house with the intention of it's big enough that I could live here for the rest of my life. Do I want to? No. I'd like a different house. I'd like to get my dream house. But it's small enough that I could flip. First of all, I could sell it easily, I'd like to rent it. So I want to be one of those people that has a property to rent, and I'd like to use whatever comes from it. Hopefully, it'll help my kids later, or if they don't need it, then me and my wife will hopefully go do some fun stuff when I'm an old fart.
Yeah, see, the problem with renting though is you got to get the right tenants in there that's going to actually take care of your property.
There's websites that are tailored towards senior enlisted personnel or officers, and I'd be searching for the single family people to come in. And yeah, you can still get people that suck, but your chances are greater that they're a little more mature and squared away with their lives, and they're not going to come in and wreck the joint.
Yeah.
Got my tune tonight. Hold on, Mike. Let me read this. Working on loading it. I think I chased the final issue. I wasn't getting 5-volt reference for my TPS. I had to run the reference wire. Okay, man. Cool.
That's one thing I'm glad about the setup I got on my car is the TPS is all built into the throttle body unit. The computer and everything's all built right into that same unit, and it reads itself.
Mike, you're welcome on the stream, man. If you want to hop in, I'll be on here for a little bit longer. Yeah, I guess I'm glad. So honestly, I wasn't planning on when I got to the boss. I still want to autocross that like bad. I can't wait to do that. But since they're not allowing kids to do it right now, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna wait until they let the kids program open back up so my son can go out there with me. He can go out there anyway because I can get on base either way. Because the one here is on the airstrip, air base. But I'm now, because of how I see how well it's running, I'm more open to taking the MGB out there and ripping it around. I was afraid I was going to break it before. I just got to be careful for the 1-2 shift. It can grind a little if I'm not careful, but it's pretty easy as long as I shift right when it's around between 4 and 3K RPM, smooth as butter. For some reason, it doesn't like shifting too high above that or below it. Or no, actually, it likes shifting higher than low. I don't know why.
So, do you have the MGB running good now? I mean, is it
man, it runs great. It's running really good. And I was gonna take it to work today, but it rained. So hopefully, I'm gonna take it tomorrow. I gotta go meet a lawyer I got in a car crash back in like 2019. I'm still trying to get settled. Someone hit me. Trying to get that pain and suffering money.
There you go. I think it's funny how, what was it? I guess it was last week. Somebody was talking about floats in the carburetor or something like that. You said, "Yeah, I had a hole in my float too." No, yeah. Dude, you had half your float missing.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happens though. Like it literally like imploded. It's so weird. Like
it looks like it looks like it disintegrated, like it got real brittle and started falling apart.
Well, like I can see it like cracking, but like out of nowhere though. It's not like I drove it and then the next time I tried to drive it, it was flooding. And so it's kind of weird. It's like the pressures cracked it and shattered it. I mean, it's 30 years old, but I wouldn't think it would break like that.
I wonder if the fuel got hot or something, and it just a drastic change in temperature on it or something, you know.
I don't know, but I'm excited to drive it again. One thing I do want to do, I do like the stock seats, but mine have no cushion and the vinyl's shredded, so I'm basically sitting on a frame. I need to at least go get a patio seat and then throw a seat cover over it. Patio seat cover and throw a cover over that, just so I can drive it and not hurt. But I've been looking for.
Mazda Miata seats or something like that fit in it?
That's what I'm saying. I've been looking for some seats for a good deal. Hold on, sorry. Hey Matt, I think you missed my comment about looking at that GT you did that video at. Hey, Sean, actually, somebody who follows me locally, it's funny, it's a Mustang person, but they spotted that car on the road and they took a picture. So I think the owner decided to not sell it, or he did sell it locally and someone else has it. But yeah, that would be cool. I like those cars. They look like, I don't know. I mean, the GT models, they look like the poor man's Aston Martin. They're pretty awesome. I got you, Ford Blue. Okay, Ford Blue says it happens even with holly carbs.
I mean, that car too is also. How old is? What year is that MGB?
74. So I actually found a station.
So it's
So
47 years old. You know, there ain't no telling. I mean, that could have been original floats in it. You know, I doubt they probably
I
ever
was
been
told
changed.
the carbs were rebuilt when he parked it. Problem is that was still 30 years ago. So
Well, there you go.
32 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. I replaced them. They're running good now. Yeah, and like Mike said, 10% ethanol sucks. I found a station that has ethanol-free gas. I gotta research. I don't know if Shell 93 is ethanol free. I'm hoping it is, because I was actually recommended to use Shell before, and I was using it. So I need to go and yeah, I need to do my look it up a little more.
There's a gas station out here that's got on their pumps it's got one nozzle that's specifically 100. It says 100% ethanol free, and it's 87 octane, but it's 100% ethanol free.
Well, Sean, I don't know how you put a rear seat in, man, without cutting into the bumper and extending it back. I'm looking at it right now. Like there's the seat, the rear axle hump is right behind the seat. I've got that seat all the way back so I can fit in there.
Yeah, it's just a little 2-seater car, ain't it?
Yeah, but the GT model is a 4-seater.
Really?
It's that hard top one I did a video on a long time ago.
I don't think
I think it's a hard. I think it's 4-seater. Pretty sure it is. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'll probably let my son ride with me at some point, and I'll just stay on the back roads so I don't have to worry about traffic or anyone hitting us. I just, everybody wants to protect their kids, and before I fix that suspension, before I fix the suspension, it was a death trap. There's no way in the world I'd let my son go in here with me. I was risking my own life, but it's fixed now, though. It's fixed not in the way the purists would like it, though. I repaired the strut conversion. I did not switch back to stock original. Yeah, so there's a suspension upgrade to modernize the suspension on my MGB, and a lot of people say it's super unsafe, which probably is, but it's I mean, if the bolts come loose, sure, anything's unsafe.
Here's a lady's. I don't know if this price is correct, but it only willing to send her an email just to see. But it says it's a 95 Ford F-150 four-wheel drive automatic. And it says the truck is in perfect working order, new tires, total overhaul. The truck was my husband's, clean title, no pets, new tires, interior is still in very good condition.
It's got that Triton?
No, it's just a regular, it's a 95 F-150.
It's the Triton V8?
No, this is the Eddie Bauer edition.
I'm saying, what type of motor? Is it the Triton V8?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
No, it says no odor, no stains, no soft floors. Price is $800, and the truck is. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks freaking brand new.
You got to make, dude. That sounds.
That's gotta be 8,000.
You got to be careful. Some of these people post. Some of them are scams, man. You got to be careful. Some of those guys. Some of the ones that look like they're perfect. A lot of them turn out to be scams. All right. Let's see. We're gonna go another 6 minutes, and then we'll call it. And we'll hit this 2 hours. Sean, how's your bee doing, man? Were you gonna work if Canada didn't have the restrictions? Were you planning on going to the MG International? Yeah, man. There's a huge MG car show in Atlantic City right now. Everybody wanted me to go, and I would have loved to go, but the car wasn't running until recently, and honestly, it would have been hectic to try and get off of work at this time. $306. Okay.
Here's you some Mazda Miata leather seats for $300.
Justin, you're right, man. You're right. Dude, I tell you what. Yeah, when did they switch the body style? Was it 98? 98 they switched the body style to F-150?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So the one you're looking at, I actually really like that body style. Those are gorgeous trucks. Those and the ones before it. So like the 89 to 94? I'm probably wrong. I don't know. I love those box style trucks. Those early 90s box trucks. I love them. Yeah, Sean, I tell you what, man. I came really close to getting that Weber. Because you could sell almost a junk set of SUs and get the money to pay for a Weber if you really wanted to. And my SUs are in decent shape.
That's the truck.
Uh,
That's the one that said $800.
yeah, you can call it, man, but be careful of those scams. There's a lot of them out there.
Well, it was the email, so
97.
it could be a I don't know, it could be 8,000 or it could be 18,000. If I had to guess, I'd say probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 8,000. Because I've seen a lot of posts on Marketplace where it said that it wouldn't let them put the actual price on it, so they had to do like 1, 2, 3, 4 for the price.
The Dick Nose Jelly Bean. I don't know what you're referring to. No, I'm off of StreamYard. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm getting tired.
Here's a 94 F-150 with a 300 6-cylinder.
Those were good motors. That was an inline 6, right?
Yeah, $3,800.
Those are good motors.
Good looking truck too. Red on
So
red.
that's a what's that? That's a 4.9. Yeah. Those are good motors. They're well. I had a 1990 F-150 with a 5.0 5-speed 4-wheel drive, and I kicked myself every day for selling it. But I had an apartment, and at the time I was not planning on buying a house, and I didn't want to have to repair the freaking only had 56,000 miles, and the transmission synchros were going out. I just didn't know how I would ever fix it, so I didn't have money back then. Ford Blue says he thinks 8,000. Ford names for gens.
Yeah, I'm looking looking to buy me a truck and
Hey Justin, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Have a good night.
Take it easy, Justin. Either an enclosed trailer or an already built camper, you know. Because me and the wife got talking about it. We really want to start doing some more, or doing some camping with the kids. Having
you only get that time for so long.
Oh yeah. Have as much family time as we can.
Dude, that's kicking me too, man. I really want to get a camper. I'm pretty sure my wife's Explorer can pull a camper at least. I do believe that they did put like a for the ones with the towing package. I think they add a transmission cooler of some sort or a beefier one. I'm not sure how much of a Mustang Mike. It's a scam. I called on it. That's what Mike called. Talking about that F-150, I think. Well, I've now lost what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so
it was posted. It was posted in your area too.
okay, I got you, Sean. I had no idea what you're talking about, but now I'm tracking. Yeah, I do. You know, I like the early '90s truck F-150s.
I do
The
too.
problem is, it's not. In my opinion, honestly, so I never really was a huge fan of Ford for a long time, and the reason was like I thought their quality control sucked, and I think that after the government bailout and they didn't take any of that money, like they really stepped it up as far as quality control goes for a lot of stuff. There's still some stuff that needs working on, but you know, anytime you introduce new technology, there's going to be problems. But I think that like they've gotten way better, and they're like GMs. One thing I don't like about the GMs is their direct injection motors, man. If you don't drive the piss out of them, then you're going to be fouling plugs and fouling the interior. Like those things build up carbon quick.
Yeah.
So you really got to be revving the crap out of that motor all the time and be blowing that stuff out.
Here's a 91 F-150 XLT Lariat for 5,500, and it's got the 5.0 engine in it.
Automatic or 5-speed?
Automatic. It's a four-speed automatic.
See, I kind of look for the 5-speed because I can drive stick.
Two-wheel drive, regular cab, long bed.
See, if you can find a lot of times, like when you're buying used from private market, buying a manual. I mean, I know that's not what you're looking for. I'm just talking about in general. But buying a manual car, if you know how to drive stick, it'll save you a crap ton of money because there's sometimes they're just harder to sell, especially if it's not a performance car.
All right. I kind of rather have a manual, but you know, my wife, she probably would drive it some too, and she doesn't know how to drive a stick.
Ford Blue, I disagree. Sorry, we can't be friends anymore. I hate to say it. But you know, back in the '90s, I think GM had Ford beat. That's my opinion.
I think they did too. To be honest with you,
that '90s 350 was bulletproof motor. The LT1, as long as you stayed on top of that OptiSpark system, if you stayed on top of the OptiSpark, and the only problem with that was it was like revolutionary technology and they put it below the damn water pump. But as long as you stayed with your tune-ups on the correct dates, those motors would hit 400,000 miles. I know people that have done it.
Here we go. This is one I'd like to have. 1979 F-150 XLT pickup, 2-door, 8-foot bed.
79, dang, dude, that's almost you're almost 45 years old there.
Yeah. It's just this vehicle is paid off. I would hope so.
Mike's garage. I'm hoping that's not. I always worry about that day that like my body catches up to me and I can't drive a manual anymore because I've got flat feet. I've got injuries from hockey. I grew up playing. I played hockey all the way through college, and I've taken some punishment. So I'm worried that one day my knees, my ankles, something's going to give up, and I won't be able to drive a manual anymore. But until that day happens, and actually I'm very curious as to what this is going to be like once I throw this RXT in. That clutch release is going to be like super stiff. It's going to be a heavy clutch. Hey, Mike, have you ever had to replace the transmission in that Dakota? Man, we got like 3 mics in here. Super convenient. I can say Mike and you guys all answer.
You know, I'd kind of like to have an old Ford F-100 with the 3 on the tree.
That'd be cool.
Those were some workhorse trucks, man. Those damn things. It was hard to kill them. You know.
Well, if I got one of those old trucks, man, and the body was solid, I just clear coat whatever patina's on there and then just rock it and make sure the motor worked well.
Yeah, most definitely.
I didn't know you did auto swap, Mike. I missed that. Sean, at one point, man, it was funny. I had 4 cars. I still have 4 cars. I had 5 at one point, but 3 of my 4 cars were manual, and my wife can't drive manual, so they were my cars.
Man, I tell you, some of these prices on some of these trucks are just. You wonder why they're. You don't have to really wonder why they're not sold yet, because they're just like over. They're almost like the damn Mustangs. You know, the prices are just skyrocketing.
I tell you what, I wouldn't mind finding Mike Hall is one of the. I think it was a '98. It was a '98. The '98 Dakota with the 5.9. I wouldn't mind one of those. That'd be a cool truck to turn into a project car.
Here's an 08 F-150 FX4 pickup, 2-door, 6.5 foot bed for $1,500.
How much?
1,500. Says it's got an oil leak and needs a starter and a windshield.
Hey, Sean, you better slap that ring on it, my friend. She brought you coffee, too. But she brought you Starbucks. Nah, can't do that Starbucks stuff. We had a Tim Hortons on base down in Norfolk. That was nice. But I'm a Dunkin' guy. I'm from the northeast of America here, so Dunkin'. You go up in the northeast here. You got Dunkin' every time. If you turn right, you're gonna run into a Dunkin'.
This is the one body style of Ford trucks that I hated. I thought was the ugliest body style.
Which one?
The 92 F-150 short bed, but it's the step side.
Oh, you don't like that?
Yeah, the flare side, the flare side bed I did not like. I hated it. Here you got, when you look at the truck, especially this is a 92 model. The cab of the truck is more of a square body style cab. It had a little bit of an arrow nose to it, but not very much. And then you had the bed that had these, the flare sides on it that's all rounded, and the bed was just super narrow. You didn't have hardly any room in the bed of the truck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of not, that's kind of not the point of those trucks, I think. It's more of a style truck. Oh, snap, Sean. Congrats, my friend. Good luck.
What did he say?
He said he's got a proposal planned next week.
Uh-oh.
I proposed on Market Street down in Charleston.
I just looked at my wife and I said, all right. I said, we waited long enough. You ready to get married now? She said, yeah. I said, all right, set the date. Because I asked her like 2 years ago, or actually, 2 years before we actually got married, I asked her to marry me. But just kind of putting it off and delaying it. And I was like, you know what? Fine.
It just hit me the other day, man. My 9-year anniversary is in February. I'll be at 10 before I get out of the military. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We have been together 13 years, been married almost 4.
So my wife was we were together in high school, and I broke up because I was going to go to a different college out of a different state. and I didn't want to hurt her. And then I ended up getting a full ride from the Navy, stay in the state I was in. We got back together my junior year of college. But yeah, man, I've known her forever. She was a figure skater. I played hockey, and that's kind of how we met. Awesome, dude. Good luck, man. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if that was you on Facebook or not, Sean, so I just figured, what the heck. Here's a real question. Can she cook? She can cook, man. I'll tell you what, my wife. So we got married at first, and it was funny. I know we're getting off the car topic here for a second, but she started out when we got married, she'd make a whole bunch of these meals she found on Pinterest. And 9 out of 10 times they were amazing, like incredible. But that 10th time, it was freaking awful. And I used to tiptoe around her feelings, so we just got married, right? So yeah, it was okay, I can eat it. And then now you're like, no, don't ever make that again.
If I said that to my wife, she'd throw it at me.
No,
make it your damn self.
well, usually it's her. She's her own worst critic, so she'll be like, "No, this isn't good," and I'll be like, "No, it tastes fine to me." Like I'll actually be like, "Yeah, it's not bad." And she's like, "No, I don't like it." And we'll just never have it again. Awesome, Sean. Awesome, man. Yeah, my wife shoots. We go shooting every now and then. Well, actually, not now because ammo is so expensive and hard to find. But we used to go shooting. If I want to go shooting, I just do it at work now.
Right. I actually thought about going to the police auction and buying me one of the newer Explorers.
Man, I used to think about doing that kind of stuff too, and you can get one. I tell you what, just knowing from person, I know a guy who lives down the street from me. He's worked for 3 different sheriff's offices because they kept getting better deals at each one. And they do not take care of those cars at all. They
dog the hell out of them, but
yeah, they drive the piss out of them. So they get used. And like I actually had one of the guys that had basically it's a tour show, right? And he was sitting in my front yard today, and that thing was having some serious problems idling. Like it kept sounding like it was dogging down, and so it sounded like the turbo was trying to combat it. And I mean, it was something wrong. Something was wrong. Awesome, Sean. Well, I hope it all works out, my friend. Yeah, I remember I got proposed. We went to a restaurant to eat, so I've been thinking about it the whole time. And like, I don't know, military makes you a fast eater. She takes her time. So I'm sitting there like tapping my foot the whole time, just like waiting. Like, I didn't want to be like rushing her or anything. And yeah, that was interesting. And the funny part is, so I'm like old school. So I asked her dad's permission. And I just commissioned in the Navy. And I knew she'd be at work, and I knew the day her dad was off work. Her dad was off work on a Wednesday. So I drove to this place. I had an old Buick Roadmaster. So it kind of stands out. It's a big freaking car. And it was like gold. And I drove to I was driving to his house where she lives, and he was coming out of the road. I'm like, oh, crap. And I told my bosses, it was a lieutenant at the time, I said, hey, sir, I'm going to go get permission to marry my future wife. And he's like, okay, good luck. And so I'm going to meet my father-in-law to ask his permission. He's leaving. And I'm like, well, and I'd already driven like freaking 30 minutes to be here. So I was supposed to get there, go back to work. So I'm calling the lieutenant while I'm on the driving. I'm like, sir, I'm going to be late because I don't know where he's going. I'm here. I got to finish this. And I followed him for it was like another 40 minutes. He pulled into an O'Reilly auto store. And I walked out, and I'm in my uniform because I came from work. And I'm like, hey, sir, can I talk to you for a minute? He's like, oh, yeah, sure. He told me later. He's like, yeah, I knew why you were here, and but he like let me sweat it out. He's like, yeah, sure. Let me go inside real quick. And so I'm sitting outside while he's buying car parts, and he's letting me sweat it out some. And then I came out and asked him, but it was just a funny moment. Let's see. What am I missing? Pretty. Oh man, I can't shoot that stuff. That stuff kills me, Sean. That Tula ammo. That stuff is garbage. Damn it! Like, I hope you have a cheap gun to put it through, because I got a 1911, and I went through I think I used I probably put 5 rounds through it, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna damage my gun because it was like getting jammed in. It's not brass, it's not soft, so it can actually damage the weapon.
Use it through a high point.
Well, my father-in-law, he's got so many guns. He just likes to try these like off-brand ones you never hear of because they'll be cheap. So he'll go out and buy like this like $250 gun, put at a time he'd put like 300, 400 rounds through it and be like, dang, this is a good gun. He keeps some or sell them. Oh, for sure, Mike, for sure. But and my father-in-law likes me. They trust me a lot. And when we were dating, they trust me. There's never a curfew. He knew I was gonna be a gentleman. I mean, I don't know. I was never that guy that would ever take liberties that way, or assume that I had the right. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Hey, good night, 4Blue, man. Sorry, I just missed that message. You know what? I said I was going to be gone 16 minutes ago. We're still going. I do need to go to bed. It's almost 12. I got to meet the lawyer in the morning.
Yeah, I need to get some sleep myself.
Yeah.
All right,
everybody.
Well,
I think I'm going to end the
jump
stream.
off here.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Mike.
No problem. Go fast. Have
Hey.
a good night. 4Blue, have a good one.
Hey, go fast. Sorry, we're hopping off, man. Hey, dude, you better keep posting at least some video. I want to see your car with that turbo on there, so you better keep posting status of that at least.
Oh, I will. I will. I probably will keep posting videos. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe just like Mike Hall said, maybe the notifications ain't going out or something. So I don't know. I thought about contacting YouTube themselves and getting them to look into it and see if they can figure out what the deal is. Because they can, they can dig into your channel and be able to give you a better idea of what's going on.
Dude, I'm not even joking. Like, my biggest problem I learned. So I was probably solid. I've got a crap ton of videos. Because when I started this, I was doing a lot because I was working on MGB. So like in one day, I'd film like 4 different videos because I was like knocking things out to get this thing running, and
Right.
And I was like labeling them like, oh, Project Bobby B, something generic, and it wasn't like tailored to exactly what I was doing, and that was hurting me bad. Like because nobody's gonna search Project Bobby B. They're gonna search either MGB oil change. So I've actually gone back, and I still need to go back. There's more I need to change. Where I would go back and I would change titles to things that are more searchable, and it's worked for some things. So like I did, what was it? The motor mount. I did my driver's side motor mount, which is like the hard motor mount to do on an MGB.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not joking, dude. It was one of the worst things I've ever done. And I was getting no views on it at all, and because I think I had some very like OMG motor attached on Project Bobby. Instead, I went back and renamed it "How to Install MGB Motor Mount," and magically now I'm getting views on it. So it could be something as simple as that, man. Just take a deep dive, look at what you've been labeling things, and if there's better ways that you could, annotate them, then I would. That's my opinion, at least.
Yeah, and you make a good point too. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. You have a good night, sir.
You too. Have a good one. Y'all
Hey,
take it
Sean.
easy.
Have a good night, man. Good luck with your proposal, Mike Hall. Good night. Go fast. Sorry, I'm kicking out early here. Well, not early. You're just late. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you next time.